What's up, guys? It's me, Lee Double X Prince. I am back. Reason why I haven't been uploading is because I was actually working on a lot of stuff for this channel, like just setting up, putting notes on what I want to do for this channel for the year 2018. Plus, my hand is back. If you guys saw my Wrestle Kingdom 12, my hand was kind of wrapped around and stuff, but you can see my hand's back, so. It's all great, and I decided to do some top 10 videos. Basically, hold on, give me a second. With Raw's 25th anniversary, I decided to do some top 10 Raw related videos, and I have 5 sets of them. And some of them you will guess what they are, but I'm gonna give you a list of my 10 favorite episodes of Monday Night Raw. Yes, my 10 favorite episodes of Monday Night Raw. These were some of the episodes that just like got to me and just said, yeah, this was like a great episode of Raw. It was just a lot of fun. And maybe some were devastating to watch. You know what I'm saying. You'll see what I mean when I talk about them. But these are my 10 favorite episodes of Monday Night Raw's history. Some honorable mentions. I decided, let's see, some honorable mentions would be the night Ric Flair retired from Raw's April 31st, 2008. The night Finn Balor debuted and won the bracket Fatal 4-Way matches it was on freaking July 25th, 2016. The night they gave tribute to the Warrior and had that pretty cool tournament which was on April 14, 2014. The night we had the biggest crowd ever. Raw after WrestleMania 29, April 8, 2013. Great show, but that crowd just amazing. The debut of Fandangoing and shit. And last one that I almost didn't, the one that I almost put was Vince buying WCW, which was taking place on Raw's March 21st, 2001. But anyways, here are my list for my 10 favorite episodes of Monday Night Raw. So coming in at number 10 was Raw, January 4th, 1999. This was the night Mick Foley won the WWF Championship for the first time. It was a big night because it was all about DX versus the Corporation. The setup there. Freaking Shawn Michaels gets his ass kicked in the parking lot. There's a lot of shenanigans going. Back in the day, they had qualifying matches for the Royal Rumble, so it made each match exciting despite them kind of being squash matches. And, you know, Mick Foley's like just asking Vince for that championship shot. And sure enough, we have Mankind versus The Rock. In the main event for the WWF Championship, the Corporation gets involved, but then Stone Cold saves the day, and Mick Foley becomes your WWF Championship. It was all built up around this match, and it was just a great moment, a great show. It was just a lot of fun, and it was one of my favorite ones out there. And mainly this is popular for the Finger Poke of Doom. Yes, back in the day, this is during the time where we had the Monday Night Wars. Back in the day, WCW tried to beat Raw at the ratings, but they just couldn't. They spoiled the ending to Mankind winning, and sure enough, instead of people like being like, oh, we already know what happened, people changed the channel because they wanted to see how Mick Foley won that WWF Championship, and that shows you how over Mick Foley was at the time, and it was in fact one of the best episodes of Raw. Now, number 9 is an episode that I really only remember 2 really great matches of it, and it took up most of the show, so that's why I kind of gave it a pass. But it's Raw January 16, 2016. We had 2 amazing matches, 2 of the best matches that year, which was Kurt Angle and Shawn Michaels opening the show, and the main event was Edge and Ric Flair in a TLC match for the WWF Championship. This put Edge on the market. This gave Shawn and Kurt Angle a great match. 2 great matches in one show. I mean, I can't get more mad than that. It was just pretty good, and it just continued the feud between Cena and Edge. So I can't complain about that. At number 8, Raw, March 25th, 2002. This was the first ever draft. The reason why this one is so unique to me is because it was a week before the Raw after Mania, a week after the Raw after Mania. Damn, try to say that a billion times. But yeah, it was basically Ric Flair runs Raw, Vince McMahon runs SmackDown, and they're all debating who goes where. Vince, because he's like the perfect heel, he picks The Rock, then Flair picks Taker. It's just a great show and just shows you what the draft could be. Hell, that's what the shake-up could have been. But yeah, I have a lot of fun with shows like this. This is the first one where we have a draft, and it was just a lot of fun. Everybody just getting pissed off, or they're happy that they're in certain shows. I remember Austin couldn't get picked because his injury, but they were trying to get him. And then we had the main event of Triple H and Jericho for the the undisputed WWE Championship. I think Stephanie, it was a triple threat between Triple H, Jericho, and Stephanie. It was kind of weird, but it was a good match. It was just overall a great, fun show. You had everybody just being like, yes, I want to be here. I don't want to be on this show. And it was just a lot of fun. It was just Ric Flair and Vince made this show one of the best. Coming in at number 7 is one of the more recent ones and kind of forgotten episodes of Monday Night Raw. But I wanted to put a Monday Night Raw after WrestleMania. Not a lot of them, but I definitely wanted to put one, and it's going to be one of my favorites. Now, granted, stuff that happened after this Raw could be debatable, but it was, in fact, great. But at number 7, we have Raw, April 7th, 2014. This was the night after WrestleMania 30, or as people like to call it, YesleMania. On this night, Daniel Bryan celebrates with the crowd, and Triple H challenges him later in the night, which leads to the Shield turning full-on babyfaces. And then that set up Kane and Bryan and the Shield versus Evolution. What else we had? The debut of Paige winning that Divas Championship, making that belt somewhat feel prestigious for once. We had a great 6-man tag between Big E, Sheamus, and John Cena versus the Wyatt family. Say what you will, but Cesaro becoming a Paul Heyman guy was cool. Granted, despite how it was built up later down the road, but it was a great moment. What else we had? I think we had the debut of Rusev this night. That was awesome. What else? Warriors' final words. That's insane that it's happened this long. It just had more moments that I enjoyed. And it was just overall. This is how you do 3 hours of Raw. Just have the talent, just go at it and have fun. And you overall have one of the best episodes of Monday Night Raw. And now, number 6 for me is an episode that people might not like, but I think it's kind of funny and entertaining in a way. I can see why not, but coming in at number 6 is the very first episode of Monday Night Raw, taking place April 5th, 1993. I think the thing that makes it the most for me was Bobby Heenan trying to get in the arena, and plus it was just 1 hour. It was a lot of fun. Why not? I mean, you had like decent names. I know, granted, 1993 wasn't the best year of Monday Night Raw, or I mean, not Monday Night Raw, but WWF in general. But I had fun. It was a good experience. I had a great time with this show, and Bobby Heenan definitely made it up for me. At number 5, we have honestly one of the best episodes in the Attitude Era's history, and this one was freaking Raw, March 30th, 1998. This is the night Stone Cold gets arrested. Throughout the show, Stone Cold tries to come back and Vince McMahon stops him. Just that alone just makes it a great show. But then we had the New Age Outlaws finally become your undisputed tag team champions of the world, or however you say it. What else we had? X-Pac tries to declare himself from the new leader of the the next leader of D-Generation X. I believe Rock and the Nation is when their feud began. DX and the Nation. So just overall a fun ass show, and just basically not a single moment was wasted. And I appreciate it for that reasoning alone. It was just a really fun show. Now, coming in at number 4 was a really fun episode. I was a young kid when I saw this show with my friend. This was Raw, October 3rd, 2005. Raw Homecoming. At the time, we had a pretty stacked roster from both Raw and SmackDown. We had Triple H finally turning on Ric Flair. This is Ric Flair, and this is the full Evolution split. I mean, technically it was already dead. But yeah, this was a great start to it. We also had that 30-minute Iron Man match between Shawn and Kurt Angle. Great match, went to a draw. Edge and Matt Hardy in a loser leaves Raw ladder match with Edge winning, obviously the over heel, and then Eric Bischoff versus John Cena. That was just dumb, but it was funny. It was just great. Back in the day, we had bra and panty matches, so you could have fun there. Just overall, I had a great time watching this show. We had lots of great legends coming in: Stone Cold and the McMahons, the Hulk Hogan. So it was just an overall great fun show. And then we move on to these next 2 episodes are, the episodes that people don't really like to talk about, but they are in fact some of the greatest episodes of Raw history. Number 3 is Raw Is Owen from May 24th, 1999. After the Over the Edge pay-per-view incident, they had a big tribute for Owen Hart. It was just a very devastating moment. It was just people talking about Owen Hart throughout the time. We had just little matches going in between, but nothing gets me more than when Stone Cold opens up a beer. You see the Owen Hart tribute picture, and Stone Cold gives a tribute. It was just overall one of the best episodes of Raw history. People go back and watch it because of how nostalgia they had for Owen. I mean, it's Owen freaking Hart, a guy that definitely deserved more, a guy who definitely deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. Despite his wife, being, no offense, but she's been kind of a bitch recently. But yeah, that's a great episode of Raw that I definitely go watch. And number 2 is similar, but it wasn't Owen Hart. It was Eddie Guerrero's tribute from November 14th, 2005. Eddie Guerrero was a legend. I think this one hurt me more. Because I grew up with Eddie Guerrero. He is one of my all-time favorites, so it hurt me more seeing that this guy died. They played The Memory Will Never Die, one of my favorite songs ever. Basically similar situation where people give tribute to Eddie Guerrero. We even had a pretty good match with Michaels and Rey Mysterio. I believe this is the beginning of Orton and Cena. But yeah, overall, this was just a good show. This was just one of those shows that is going to be hard to forget because of the situation. But number 1, let me just pause for a second. Sorry about that. I had to just relax for a second after thinking about those last 2 choices. My apologies, and of course, rest in peace to both Owen and Eddie. They will be missed. Number 1 for me is people already know what it is. People talk about this episode of Raw forever. It's arguably the greatest. For me, it's the greatest episode of Monday Night Raw history. People will tell you so. The reason why I say it, I mean, other than people saying it, I was like, I gotta check this episode out, and wow, it was a lot of fun. Man, the Attitude Era was a lot of fun. But for me, the best episode of Monday Night Raw was Raw September 22nd, 1997, the episode where Stone Cold Steve Austin for the first time ever stuns Vince McMahon. It was just the beginning of the end. We had a tournament between Owen Hart and Brian Pillman. I forgot what the tournament was about. That's my bad. It's been a while. But Owen and Pillman fight to set up for a belt. My apologies if I forget. Rest in peace again, Brian Pillman. Damn, that's freaking crazy. And then Goldust and Bret Hart had a good match going. This was just overall good fun. But the thing that makes it up for me the most is Shawn Michaels and The Undertaker. These two guys just had a really good segment with Shawn Michaels going to attack The Undertaker. There's no way in hell that freaking Shawn Michaels is gonna beat The Undertaker now that it's a Hell in a Cell match. It was just the perfect episode of Raw. How to set up people with fun. This was just a great episode of Monday Night Raw, and honestly, the beginning or the end of the Attitude Era. This is just an overall great show, and all of these episodes are great. Some of them, they're hard to watch, of course, because of what I just said, because of the truth. But these are, in fact, for me, the 10 best episodes of Monday Night Raw. I'll be back with another top 10 soon. I feel like I owe you guys since I've been gone, but this is my 10 favorite episodes of Monday Night Raw. What are some of your favorite episodes of Raw? Did I miss some? Tell me down below. It's me, the ALE Prince. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. And until then, I'm out.